In the words of George Washington, if the freedom of speech is taken away, then dumb and silent we may be led like sheep to the slaughter. The very essence of democracy thrives on the ability to speak freely, to exchange ideas without fear. This foundational principle is what propels societies forward, challenging the status quo and sparking innovation. Enter YouTube, a behemoth in the digital age, a platform that epitomizes the democratization of information. Anyone with internet access can broadcast their thoughts to the world, be they profound insights or daily trivialities. This access has transformed YouTube into a modern-day agora, where dialogue and debate flourish across continents and cultures. However, with great power comes great responsibility, and the platform is not without its shadows. YouTube has been a stage for not only enlightening discourse, but also for spreading misinformation and hate. The line between free expression and harmful speech remains blurred, creating an ongoing challenge for content moderation. YouTube's policies attempt to harness this wild expanse of voices, striving to maintain a balance between upholding free speech and protecting the community from toxic content. This dynamic raises pivotal questions. How does YouTube decide what stays and what goes? Who defines the boundaries of acceptable speech? And most crucially, what happens when the platform's decisions clash with the public's perception of free speech? These questions are not merely academic, they affect millions of creators and viewers worldwide, influencing public opinion and at times, swaying political landscapes. The controversies that arise from these content moderation policies often ignite fierce debates about the role and power of digital platforms in our society. As we navigate the vast ocean of digital content, we must remember that every freedom carries with it a corresponding responsibility. Consider the case of Frank James, a man with a lengthy criminal history who used YouTube as a platform to express violent ideologies. Frank James, arrested in connection to a mass shooting in a New York City subway, had been an active user of the video sharing platform where he posted content laden with racist, misogynistic language and explicit discussions on violence and mass shootings. James's digital footprint on YouTube reveals a troubling narrative. His videos weren't just a venting space, they were a broadcast of deeply entrenched hate and a precursor to real-world violence. Despite his disturbing content, James had no previous felony convictions, which disturbingly allowed him to legally purchase a firearm. The ripple effects of his YouTube activities were profound. Following the subway shooting, which threw the city into a state of shock and fear, law enforcement agencies swiftly moved to dissect his online life. What they found was a cache of videos that not only propagated hate, but arguably incited violence. This discovery prompted an immediate response from YouTube, leading to the removal of his channel to prevent further spread of his harmful ideologies. The takedown of James's YouTube channel post-arrest brings up critical questions about the monitoring and regulation of content on social platforms. His case underscores a glaring reality. The delay in content moderation can have dire consequences. The platform's reactive measure, albeit necessary, came after the irreversible damage was done, highlighting a need for more proactive approaches in content surveillance and quicker response strategies. This case serves as a stark reminder of the potential for online platforms to be used as vehicles for hate and violence. In a different vein, we have the case of Kyle Rittenhouse, the Kenosha shooter acquitted of charges, who has started a YouTube channel focused on guns. After his high-profile trial and acquittal in November 2021, Rittenhouse has actively engaged with the public, particularly on digital platforms. His YouTube channel, where he delves into discussions about firearms, showcases his continued advocacy for gun rights and self-defense. Kyle Rittenhouse describes himself as a kid who was thrust into the national spotlight for what he claims was an act of self-defense during heated protests. His channel has quickly attracted attention, amassing thousands of subscribers who tune in to hear his views on the Second Amendment and personal protection. In his videos, Rittenhouse thanks his supporters and often features various firearms, explaining their mechanics and his personal experiences with them. The existence and content of Rittenhouse's YouTube channel have sparked a broader debate about the platform's role in content moderation. YouTube has stated that it enforces strict guidelines and will not hesitate to remove channels that violate its policies. However, the channel's focus on controversial topics such as gun rights and self-defense raises questions about the limits of free speech and the responsibilities of social media platforms in regulating content. Critics argue that Rittenhouse's channel could serve to glorify violence and promote divisiveness, given the polarized responses to his trial and actions. Supporters, on the other hand, defend his right to free speech and applaud his advocacy for gun rights and self-defense, viewing his YouTube presence as a platform for education and legitimate discussion. Rittenhouse's case illustrates the complexities of content moderation, particularly when it involves sensitive topics like gun rights. Moving from individual users to the world stage, we witness the case of South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol, whose off-the-cuff remarks about US lawmakers went viral on YouTube. In this instance, YouTube served as a global amplifier for a seemingly private moment. Yoon Suk-yeol, while in New York for a Global Fund conference, was caught unaware by a live microphone, and his candid comments about US lawmakers were picked up and broadcast. The power of YouTube lies not just in its ability to host content, but also to disseminate it to an international audience in real time. The president's remarks, laden with frustration and criticism, quickly became a hot topic, not just in South Korea, but around the world. This incident, coupled with a series of other diplomatic missteps, led to a wave of criticism and mockery. More than just a video-sharing platform, YouTube became a stage for international scrutiny and dialogue. In the face of the backlash, Yoon's team defended his comments as private, arguing that they were inappropriate to connect to diplomatic outcomes. However, in the digital age, where boundaries between public and private are increasingly blurred, such a defense proved to be a hard sell. The opposition party in South Korea seized the opportunity to criticize Yoon for recurring diplomatic disasters and alleged incompetence. The Yoon Suk-yeol case is a testament to the role of YouTube in shaping political discourse and public perception. It highlights the platform's power to make or break reputations and to influence diplomatic relations. It also underscores the need for political figures to adapt to this new reality, where every comment can potentially become a global conversation. In an era where the world is more connected than ever, YouTube serves as a powerful platform that can amplify voices, whether they are of everyday individuals or world leaders. It has the potential to bring about change, but it also comes with its own set of challenges. As seen in Yoon's case, a single misstep can have far-reaching implications, igniting debates and shaping public opinion on a global scale. Yoon's case underscores the power of YouTube as a tool for political discourse, for better or worse. As we've seen, YouTube is more than just a platform for cat videos and makeup tutorials. It's a global stage where the dramas of our time unfold. From the chilling case of Frank James, who used the platform to voice violent ideas, to the controversial figure of Kyle Rittenhouse using it as a stage to express his views on firearms, and even to the unfortunate diplomatic faux pas of South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol, YouTube has been the theater for these narratives. Each instance provides a unique insight into the role of YouTube in shaping public discourse. With its global reach and accessibility, YouTube has become a powerful tool for communication and expression. It's a window into worlds we would never otherwise see, a microphone for voices that might otherwise be silenced. But as our case studies have shown, this power can be a double-edged sword. The platform's commitment to free speech is commendable. It's a testament to the democratic nature of the internet, where everyone has a voice. However, this freedom also opens the door to misuse. The spread of harmful content, from violent ideologies to misinformation, can have real-world consequences. This raises the question, how can we, as a society, balance the need for free speech with the responsibility to prevent harm? It's a complex issue with no easy answers. Stricter regulations might curb harmful content, but they could also suppress legitimate voices. On the other hand, a laissez-faire approach could allow the spread of harmful content unchecked. In grappling with these challenges, it's important to remember that YouTube is merely a tool. It's the users who wield it who ultimately shape its impact. And as users, we have a responsibility to use this tool wisely. In the end, the true power of YouTube lies not in the hands of the platform itself, but in the hands of its users. How we use this power, for good or ill, is a choice we must all confront.